Let's talk about OBJ suing Nike, okay? For willfully withholding millions of dollars and inventing excuses not to pay him. This is fascinating because all the news around OBJ had been super positive, super positive. He's been cleared to play. Every team wants him. It's the Chiefs, the Bills, the Cowboys, the Rams.
Giants.
The Giants are in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the Niners. I think the Niners should get in there. But all these teams, this is what the news was for OBJ. OBJ is coming back. He's going to take a couple weeks, get back into football shape, and figure out where he wants to go, although he has a team of five. It's been like a recruit coming out of high school. Like, these are my final top 5 here, and they're all Super Bowl contenders. And when I decide which one I want to go to, I'm obviously going to be offered a contract.
Yep.
I'm obviously going to be given playing time. We're about 3 weeks away from the OBJ show is pretty much what the conversation was. Odell Beckham Jr. is coming back on the field, just like you saw him at the Super Bowl, just like you saw him after he got himself released from the Browns from OBS's video editing package that he put on his Instagram. He gets picked up at the Rams, touchdown, 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 touchdown. Odell Beckham Jr., Super Bowl MVP, blows out ACL, gets hurt. Now is he going to be a yearly hired assassin for teams that are going to go to the Super Bowl? Will Odell Beckham Jr. end up with like 5 Super Bowls with like 5 different teams over the next coming years? Could be the case. The only drama that we've heard from OBJ literally came yesterday from Odell Beckham Jr.'s account, in which he announced that he will be suing Nike because he doesn't think they're holding up their end of the bargain for the deal. Now, it's a bit wordy, but I do believe we have to read it. Being a Nike athlete and brand icon was a dream I've had since a young boy. I wanted to be the next Michael Jordan, Bo Jackson, LeBron James, or Kobe Bryant in the Nike family. When Nike exercised its right of first refusal to match the Adidas offer, which Adidas, I think has some money that has opened up over the last couple. I don't know if you've heard about it. Chappelle referenced it in Who Founded Adidas in his opening monologue, which was like 30 minutes long, which... If you get a chance to watch Dave Chappelle's brain do its thing, you should. To match the Adidas offer, and not only kept me as a Nike athlete, but also made me one of their brand icons. My dream had been fulfilled.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, Nike did not honor its commitments. Throughout our partnership, I've kept my promise and fulfilled my obligations to the brand. I'm extremely disappointed that I've had to take these measures to ensure Nike fulfills their obligations and promises. Today, I'm taking a stand not just for me, no, but to set a precedent for all athletes who have dedicated their life to the sport they love, especially those who don't have the means to stand up for themselves. We are held responsible for fulfilling our obligations under our contracts, but we also have to hold the powerful companies like Nike accountable for honoring their commitments too. I look forward to resolving this issue and hope we can start a real conversation about protecting athletes and their rights. This happens too often in the sports industry, and it's time for a change. As this is now a legal matter, please refer any questions to my attorney, Daniel DeVilliers. So he said, this is what I'm going to say. Now, if you have anything else you'd like to hear, Mr. DeVilliers is the person that you shall talk to. Now, is this revolving around? There's always clauses in contracts. I've been a part of a lot of, rather large negotiations now at this point in my life. And there's always clauses for pay because the people who are paying somebody very rarely just want to fork over the money for no reason. That's just not how business operates. So there's always clauses. There's always expectations. There's always things that can get in there. Now, in a new contract that I guess was in previous contracts, but not all of them, force majeure is something that companies are adding into contracts so that they don't have to pay somebody if a world stoppage happens like COVID brought into. So literally every day there's new clauses getting brought into contracts because somebody had gotten fucked over by somebody somewhere, and the lawyer thought of a new situation that could potentially fuck over somebody somewhere. That's why contracts are 175 pages, and it's all bullshit. And most of the contract is like, oh, you're going to fuck me if in this entire deal. No, I'm going to fuck. We're going to, like, it's not a real partnership, really. Whenever you start reading through what the contracts actually read, it's mostly a cover my ass so I could potentially fuck you if I think you're fucking me. That's kind of what contracts are. I don't know when that happened. I don't think it was always that way. I think there was a lot of handshake agreements that have taken place in the past. And then once people started taking advantage of situations, and contracts had just become a mess of shit in which you have to have a lawyer and attorney read through it because all these clauses are worded in lawyer or attorney language so the common fuck can't understand what it is. Now, if you have a man like CFO Phil, who's very stubborn and is a former hockey goon, who also happens to have a big old brain and a numbers guy, and he's like, nah, we are going to read through every single one of these contracts, and we're going to dive through it, and we'll ask an attorney for sure on the things that we don't understand. And us sending shit to attorneys that we have to pay hourly just with a fucking circle around something like that, just literally a big square around something, and then we put a massive question mark, and then we write, what the fuck does this mean? And then we'll get like a synopsis basically from an attorney on what that is, and it's like, oh, we don't want that. So then we go, what? You're going to have to take that entire part out. We are not doing that. It's a much different way than business has been done in the past, I think, with a lot of people. But we've gotten to the point where we're able to do as such, and it's great to be here. I don't think everybody can do the business the way we do business. I don't think you should. We haven't been able to do business the way we do business now forever. You kind of got to get to this spot. But a good partnership is worth fucking gold. A good partnership is amazing. Having businesses that understand you and you understand the business, and everybody has the mindset of the same thing, which is not only propelling the brand forward, but also making the person that is endorsing it a much better person and a better business as well. It's a beautiful thing. Doesn't always happen. I think a lot of it revolves around the way contracts are structured. I hope those are changed in the future. You've heard fights about contracts, legalese for a long time. A lot of people are not happy about them. You know, there's one going on right now, very loud, over in Hollywood with a man whose name is just 2 letters. But I would assume this revolves around him not playing this season. And if I had to just guess, there's some clause in there about him not being on a team for the first 10 weeks, and maybe that's why they hadn't paid as much. But Odell Beckham Jr.'s people probably say, hey, the numbers that you wanted from us, both digitally, socially, impression-wise, whatever, Odell's been everywhere. I've been on literally every single sideline. I've been on every single team. I've still been out there. I'm still Odell Beckham Jr. My followers have gone up. I got more followers now than I did whenever I was playing for the Cleveland Browns. So I'm assuming this is you know, a volleyball back and forth of what's going on, but it's certainly over some sort of clause. I don't know if it's because he's not on a team. I'm just assuming that would make sense that some lawyer at Nike would try to take advantage of that particular clause to not give up money. And I like the fact that Odell's like, no, this ain't how shit has to be done. Whatever the case, I would like everybody to know we're on Odell's side. We hope Odell gets all of his fucking money, and we hope this gets resolved very quickly, even though we haven't heard a single thing about it, AJ, and that's probably a little biased if I had to guess.
I mean, yeah, I try to figure out what it could be, too, because normally, like, you would sign a however many year deal. They lay out how much in merch he's going to get, how much cash he's getting. Obviously, I'm sure it's a giant deal. He's Nike. He's an international superstar. Yeah, I wonder if it's something like that. He hasn't played. If you're not on a team for a certain amount of time and some snake lawyer's trying to come in, hey, we can take some of those bonuses that we owed him or something. Like, maybe that's the case, which, if it is, that's – you know Odell's coming back. It's been like the Odell show all year. Hey, where's he going to go? It's not like this dude is hiding.
Yeah, he's been babyface all year. Odell's been babyface all year. He's been talked about in a positive light literally all year because every team wants him. He's almost playing for like 7 teams because 7 different fan bases are like, hey, come to our team, which is probably what Odell and Mr. DeVilliers are saying to Nike. Like, hey, if it is about him not being on one specific team and playing on Sundays, I assume that there is a lot of counter that Odell and his lawyer have in this entire thing. But contracts are weird, dude. The way they're worded, the ability to not have to pay somebody is interesting. It's like people talk about you got to read through every contract that you sign. It's like, bro, some contracts are 300 fucking pages long and have no English language in it. It's a lot easier to say.
On purpose.
Yes. So you don't read through it and so that there's multiple outs. But this could just be, and we experienced this obviously a couple weeks ago. This is some person, and they think that if they're able to save a certain amount of money, they can go to the person that is their superior and say, hey, look at the money we saved the company. This is what we did. We have this clause. And there's people at Nike that probably have no idea this is happening. And then they see Odell's thing, and they're like, what the what just happened? And that's also a part of the problem of some of these mega companies that just the right hand has no idea what the left hand is doing. Let's assume this gets resolved, but I could see how this doesn't I don't know how this doesn't happen more often with the way contracts are kind of set up these days.
And who knows, I would imagine part of his gripe would be like, hey, I overperformed what your expectations were last year. Like, I caught a touchdown in the Super Bowl wearing Nike gloves and Nike cleats. Like, how many people were watching that, you know? And when they first did it, he was on, like, the Browns, so that wasn't an expectation. And then, you see what happened.
The gloves and cleats thing, I believe, is the actual...
That he altered the gloves and cleats? What did he do? Because he painted them, made them custom?
Oh, yeah, because he custom... You know, like, if you put any spat on your shoes, they used to get away with, you could spat, like, the top of your shoes as long as you had the swoosh showing. They used to draw swooshes on people's tape, too, but Nike stopped that. Basically, when I was getting in the league, they stopped doing that.
Hey, so that's another one of those, like, that's in there.
Fine print.
Small.
No, it's not small. I think everybody knows it. Yeah. Like, hey, it's in there. You can't do this. Because there'd be guys that have spatted their entire lives. I assume you were a guy that spatted your whole life. Under Armour let you, though, right?
It was in my deal, yeah, because my rookie year, I was with Under Armour.
Click.
it was their first year of having cleats, so they didn't know how good their cleats would be. So they said, "Yeah, you can wear whatever cleats you want." I ended up wearing Under Armours, and I spatted. The good thing is, I had to spat because they weren't. They didn't have their agreement yet with the NFL, so I had to.
Oh, you had to cover up the Under Armour. So you're almost like a rebel wearing the Under Armour. And Under Armour probably appreciated the fact that, oh, he's wearing Under Armour, but he's taping it up. Like, it's almost, that's better marketing for them. I don't know why you would utilize that as, and I assume they added in more things. Is it, oh,
And if he's doing that, but if he's doing that, they're telling him in real time, like after the game, they're reaching out to him and his agent saying, "Hey, you like, we don't want you painting your cleats. We want our cleats how we can sell them on the shelves at stores." I guess.
I don't know why that would be a battle you would pick.
Yeah, with
$2
him,
million?
not with him.
$2
With other
million?
people, I would argue with other
Nike?
people, but with Odell, I'd be like, we can let him as long as he's wearing Nikes, we're all right.
$2 million, a lot of money. Okay, when I was growing up, $2 million, $2 million, lot of fucking money. Okay, not diminishing how much money $2 million is to a lot of people on Earth, including all of us on this stage. You know, now still, and also growing up. I'm not diminishing that. But to Nike, $2 million is what you're going to cause a gripe with Odell Beckham Jr. And it's like, yeah, we saved $2 million. It's like, did
And
you?
it could impact future guys too, signing with Nike. They know Odell he has a huge platform. People listen to him. What if he, like some other young studs in college, are thinking about going Nike and like, remember what they did to Odell?
This was the fear of every college coach, that every scholarship in college is a one-year deal. They can pull it after 1 year. They can pull your scholarship. But no coaches would, because they get scared that high school or high schools around there will hear like, oh, this coach offers a scholarship, and then he pulls them. So then guys would try to run people out of the school. Like, all right, I can't pull a scholarship because that would make me look bad amongst other potential recruits. But we can certainly have a conditioning period for certain people that is going to last 2 hours long every fucking day of the summer. And we'll see, if they want to, hey, it's easy. You can just... just kind of give us a
We'll start at 5 a.m. Start at 5 a.m. You get a 2-hour workout before the workout for this group of guys.
And we think you need it because we think you get even better from this and that whole thing. And then they're trying to run fucking guys. They're trying to run guys out of the building. That's what they're trying to do. They're scared. But it's because they're scared to take their scholarship because the ripple effects. It's like, for $2 million, is it worth it? Is that?
And I wonder, how many people at Nike knew about it until this Odell made this public? I don't know how many knew that this was an issue.
Yeah. Phil Knight's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
We're dealing with.
Come on.
I don't know if you saw the video that Freedom put out. Enos Freedom? Is that his name?
Oh, did he change it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe Enes Kanter.
Yeah, it was Enes Kanter.
The artist formerly known as Enes Kanter.
Yeah, I think his
Yeah.
name is Enos Freedom now.
Oh, yeah.
He put a video out last week. Phil Knight's like, Enos Freedom's putting a video out. Now we got Odell Beckham Jr. saying we won't pay him. We got billions of dollars just stacking. What are we doing? Why would you? I don't understand why you would do it, especially with a brand icon. Like that was.
And
his
they're
big
paying.
thing.
Nike's paying. Have you ever seen those NBA players? Like, there's guys that play 3 minutes a night that are getting $5 million a year from Nike just for their shoe deal.
Yeah.
Like,
Seems
that's
like
how crazy it is in basketball.
Seems like a miscommunication. Hopefully they'll get it handled.
How doesn't Nike just pick up like the alterations and be like, all right, these are the shoes he wears the way he does it, right? And
Well,
just make more
'Cause
money.
they
off
can't
that?
mass produce those.
Yeah, I don't know how often.
And the artist,
I don't know,
whoever
they would figure it
made those
out.
cleats or whatever, would have an issue maybe.
Yep.
I think all of us though.
They want to be able to sell it.
So
they want to
he-
be able to sell to Dick's and
Yeah,
online.
but we all think they're Nikes though. When we see the
Yeah.
cleats,
Yeah.
we're like, those are Nikes.
But you can't go buy those. You can't go buy those exact cleats. Nike wants you to be able to go buy exactly what Odell's wearing.
Hey, we need your cleats to look much worse. Okay, because we're paying.
Exactly.
Don't make him cool.
So he didn't get paid by Nike, and he didn't get paid by the Rams either because Bitcoin's dead. So
I mean, I guess there is no Nike swoosh on that,
Not
but
a single one.
Yeah, you can see it right on the front there.
there's that cool pirate logo though.
No, you see next to the.
Is it gloves too?
down there, but
Yeah,
beneath
bottom
the
right.
right X.
Yeah, right next to
Oh,
the
there
X.
it is.
Yeah, right there. You can see the swoosh.
He's actually trying to put that in.
Yeah, look.
Look.
Check it out.
Look. All right, let's get to a break.